I said it all week last week. What do we know about a pendulum?
You are Locked On Wolfpack, your daily podcast on the NC State Wolfpack, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
It will swing back. Happy Monday. It's a victory Monday. What's up, Wolfpack Nation? It's time to get locked in with Locked On. As you can hear, I'm a bit raspy. I was letting some Georgia Tech fans know what we like to do with the chains on a first down. So this is my flu game today. Work with me. Kenton's going to read the ads. We're going to get through this together because we had a celebration of a lifetime on Saturday night. As always, we are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Our Victory Monday show is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. That might just come in handy because I smell a reckoning in the Lenovo Center on Monday night. 48-36. Actually, it was a domination over an undefeated number 8 ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I said it all week. We were due for a win. They were due for a loss. My goodness, what a performance by the NC State Wolfpack.
First of all, shout out to the best chapter, the best fraternity in the world, the Kappa Psi chapter, the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. We control the traffic and been doing it for 45 years. But you know what else has been going on for years, Grayson? Dave Doeren winning at homecoming. He's been doing it for years. Every time we look up and say, oh, he can't do it again. He can't do it again. He just shows up and does it again. And even beyond that, every time you feel like you're at your limit with Dave Doeren, he pulls a rabbit out of his hat. And here's the thing. Was this game, while I do give the Lisan al-Gaib, the bringer of water, if you will, Grayson Boone, the prophet who saw it when I did not have the vision. You know, the doctor told me I got 20/10, but apparently I need something better. I need something better to see what Grayson saw in this game. But is this not the type of game that Grayson and I told you? This is how NC State's going to have to win all year. We said a lot of games are going to be a race to 50. 48 is damn close, ain't it? Ain't it? Like the over-under for this thing got demolished. 84 points. Demolished the over-under. And this offense, CJ Bailey, masterclass. I tell people all the time, CJ Bailey at his best, and now the nation is starting to believe it. They're starting to see and believe what I've been saying all year. When CJ is at his best, there are not 15 guys in college football that can do what he does. The problem is when he's at his worst, there are also not 15 guys who would do those things, right? But the reality is, this is what this team can be when everything clicks. No Jolie, no Hollywood, no problem. These young men still went out there and said, it's Duke Scott, it's CJ Bailey, it's a defense that can we do enough? The charge for this defense was not this game, nor should it ever be. I want dominance from this defense. I want to think Tony Gibson is back. That should never be the charge for this defense. They don't have the personnel. Quite frankly, they don't have the scheme. None of it is there to say that. But if they can just do enough, if they can hold teams to reasonable scores, you've got a shot. Especially when the offense is rolling and cooking like they were in this game. I mean, Duke Scott, have yourself a night, young man. Our over for him on the year was what, 400? Was it 400 yards?
I think so.
He got half of it in this game alone. Yep. I mean, young man, have yourself a day. And then, you know, you've got to give some love to big Coach Touche and that offensive line. They did their thing, not only in running the ball, but also in pass protection. A lot of the plays that we saw CJ work some magic, it was because for whatever reason, guys weren't open earlier or the reads weren't there, and he had to hold on a little bit longer. And pressure took a while to even get back there to make him potentially uncomfortable. But when it did, back to crediting CJ, fantastic job moving in the pocket. A little bit gimpy, 2 legs, 1 leg. All he needs is 1 heart in that right arm. What a job. And defensively, like I said, they did enough. I'm never going to sit here and fought a team during a win. Now, I will say there are obviously things that you want to see cleaned up, but I'm gonna tell you, it's like NC State is like the opposite of Miami. The way that they crumble every November, and the way that all of a sudden this team wakes up and is like, "Hey guys, are we one of the best teams in the ACC? I think we are. Actually. Let's go play like it." This NC State team has 2 top 15 wins on the year. 2. Just think about that for a second. This team that we're sitting up here saying a bowl game is not guaranteed has 2 top 15 wins on the year. Only a handful of programs can say that they have 2 top 10 wins, or top 15 wins. Nobody else can say that they have 2 top 15 wins, and a bowl game is not quite looking like it's going to be easily secured. So, this year has been the best of times and the worst of times, but damn it, I'm going to enjoy the best of times. I'm going to enjoy a homecoming game where the alumni's back, the family's back, everybody's back in town. And I'm going to tell you, the good times were flowing, the drinks were flowing responsibly, of course. That's not why Grayson lost his voice. He was yelling. That's where his voice went. But,
Me? No,
not you. But everything was flowing last night, and that was a RTA masterclass. Much love to the offense, much love to the team overall. And one last thing, a very underrated aspect of this game, did we have any miscues on special teams?
No.
Special teams was a net plus last night. Give you your love, give you your props. The group they have been much maligned, and rightfully so, all year. But you know what? Grayson said they had not played a full everybody come along 4 quarters. This was it. And you can ask for more of the defense, but you know what? I think they did enough. I think they hit their upper limits in terms of what we should expect there.
And then there should be proper credit for CJ Bailey, Duke Scott. I mean, a career night for Duke Scott in a tight spot, missing Hollywood Smothers. He's been a top running back in the country. Going into that game where you're like, ooh, that's going to be a tough bell to answer. Answered it and then some. Unreal game for Duke. Unbelievable performance. CJ Bailey, to Kenton's point, he looked confident. And a lot of times that is the biggest difference maker for him. When he's confident, when he's comfortable, when he knows that he can make the play anytime he needs to make the play. That is the type of performance he can give you. Kurt Roper, the offensive coordinator, A+++ game. He called one hell of a ball game. Dave Doeren, signature win. He has earned this win. He deserves this win. Hat tip, hats off, round of applause. Massive win. And to see the emotion from him after the game, hugging Miss Annabelle, hugging his wife Sarah, hugging his child. Great scenes. To see the field rush instantaneously after Fordham came down with the interception. There's just such special moments sometimes for NC State. And y'all know me, I get emotional about this. This school means so much to me. And to watch a night like that, just a perfect night where it finally came together. And that's part of the reason I started to believe that they were going to win this game, because they haven't yet played a full 4-quarter effort game. I knew that if they got one, they could play with anybody. That's what it looks like. I told you that NC State was due for one of these wins. That's what it looks like. I told you Georgia Tech was due for one of those games. They've been playing with fire on the road. I told you. I saw this coming from a mile away. And I'm not here to beat my chest about this, but the way that this game went down is also exactly how I said it would go down. I said Georgia Tech is not built for a shootout. They're not.
Yeah.
They're so hell-bent on everything Haynes King does to move the ball. And credit to Haynes King. I said it earlier last week. He's awesome. He's a great quarterback. He's super fun to watch. Yeah. He can't do everything. And when that is the case, they become vulnerable in a spot like that one, in a pressure situation where they find themselves giving up 1,000,000 yards, 1,000,000 points. They can't crawl back out of that. They're not built for that. I said they were not built for a shootout. Survey says they are not. But you know who is? NC State. Because as many gripes we have about our defense, when they're opportunistic at times, when they can get off of the field on 3rd down, when they can just give you enough, and the offense is rolling at that type of clip, they can play with anyone. We know this already, but we have the best fan base in the country. And despite, ticket prices dropping, people trying to get rid of their tickets, even though it's homecoming, we showed out. We always show out. Rain, sleet, snow, hurricane, losing season, winning season, we will be there. And that's a moment that this fan base, we needed it, we deserved it, and it was so beautiful to watch how that went down. So hats off to everyone that wears the red and white. You should be beating your chest at the water cooler on Monday. Yeah, did you see NC State football? That was great. Oh, by the way, Will Wade plays tonight. Get ready for that too. What a time. Great night, great win. And coming up next, we're going to get into the details of the offense and defense, how they performed against Kenton's Keys. This comes after a quick word from our sponsors.
And the first sponsor for today, ladies and gentlemen, is Gametime. College football is hitting that time where upset season is magical and you're getting to ruin somebody's season if you're where we are, or you're getting to punch your ticket to the playoffs if you have another team that you're rooting for. But either way, it's here. The NFL is here. NBA is back. NHL is back. So many things to get excited about, and you know where you need to go for all of your ticketing needs. That's Gametime, the app that gives you an advantage. And I'm telling you right now, it's the easiest way to score last-minute tickets for the best prices. What you see is what you pay. I pulled up Gametime, and in a couple taps, I saw an amazing deal for that Lions and Commanders game. So I will be in D.C. a couple of weekends from now. Folks, it's honestly faster, cheaper, and less stressful than any other way I bought tickets. So take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, use promo code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Gametime today.
Middle portion of our Victory Monday show, walking back to take a look at Kenton's keys, both offense and defense, to see how we performed against them. Our first key on offense, we wanted ball control over Debo. We wanted to win the time of possession battle by 5 minutes or more. We did win, but it was only by about 3.5 minutes. So, all in all, I would give us partial credit. By the way, the offense dominated, but a little bit short on that one. However, you did win time of possession. The second offensive key was to bend the break. We wanted to make 6+ trips into the red zone, scoring at least 3 touchdowns. We did every bit of that. Also want to shout out Will Wilson. Will Wilson, if you're listening, I love you. He is such an electric option to use in the backfield in a pinch. Not to mention, he's successful basically every time he touches the ball. He's got a dog mentality as a true freshman, and every time he comes into the game, I'm comfortable. He comes in the game, I'm like, oh, here we go. We're punching this sucker in. And I'm right like 97% of the time. That's how good Will Wilson has been. So shout out Will Wilson. We got into the red zone, and then we made it count once we were in there. And the third offensive key was for Kurt Roper to be loving him some Sosa Vandross. Hollywood did not play, but we also said if you substitute Duke Scott in there, we wanted at least 125 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Bang! 196 rushing yards, plus he had 11 receiving yards, so over 200 on the night. The Duke Scott legacy game. I will remember this performance for a very long time.
Who will forget it? Who will forget this performance? Who will forget where they were when the Wolfpack took down the 8th-ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets coming into Raleigh here? What a game. What a game offensively. 2.5 out of 3 keys. I'll take that. You'll take that every day and twice on Sunday. This was a way for this offense to show up. At the end of the day, Grayson and I both knew you're not going to win a rock fight. You're not going to win a rock fight with Georgia Tech. That's not how you're going to win. If you're going to win, you need to make and much to Grayson's credit. Not only did he call the win, he called how you needed to win. Make Haynes King throw the ball. And for all those Yellow Jackets fans that were in our comments all week, oh, you all don't know ball. If Haynes King passes the ball against your DBs, it'll be terrible. A lot of those passes, guys were open. They just could not hit them. These are not well-covered guys. We can bring up the tape and show you, hey, guys, it was there. Your quarterback and wide receiver, pick your mans up. Teach them how to squabble. Never mind. Anyway, the reality is the offense did what they were supposed to do. And, again, the defense did just enough. So let's check out how the defense did against those keys.
The first defensive key was to make Haynes take the top off. Ayo. We wanted to hold Georgia Tech to under 150 total rushing yards. They finished with 151. So you narrowly missed that one. On anyone not named Haynes King, spectacular job of bottling them up. Malachi Hosley, 6 carries for 30 yards. Jamal Haynes, 6 carries for only 14 yards. Now, Haynes King, on the other hand, he carried 20 times for 103 and 2 touchdowns. I can live with that because if you had the trio going crazy on you, that turns into a bigger problem. But 151 on the ground, bulk of that work was from Haynes King. I thought they did an excellent job. Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, these numbers are what they are because this is an approximation of what you'll need to win this game. If a team goes 1 yard over, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with a team going 1 yard over the key. Key number 2, please.
The second defensive key was to finish, meaning we wanted to limit Georgia Tech to 10 or less second half points. They finished with 19 second half points, but I could also live with that because our offense was pushing the tempo. When our offense is scoring at that clip, giving Georgia Tech the ball back so often, whatever, I can live with 19 total points, especially because you won by 12. And our third and final defensive key was to steal a possession or two. Wanted to extend a drive with a fake, recover an onside kick, or force 2+ turnovers. I don't think we had any of that, but again, when you go completely RTA on offense, that'll get the job done.
I'm going to give them half credit for the 151. I'm not going to – hey, listen, if I was a professor, I'm going to curve the grade, okay? I'm going to curve the grade. I'm going to give you the curve. And because you got a half here and a half offensively, that puts you at 3 of 6 keys. Now, what you think about this? Offense went 2.5 of 3. Defense went 0.5 of 3. Does the score not indicate, hey, that was what this game was? You know what I mean? Does the score not tell you? The offense did pretty much everything that you need them to do. And defensively, hey, just hold on. Just hold on. Again, if we're talking national championship aspirations, I would be much more critical of the defense. I would.
Sure.
I would. That's not where we are. That's not who we are, okay? So at the end of the day, our role this year has been legend killer. We've been the Randy Orton of the ACC, and that's what we've done. We got some more legends to slay ahead of us. And by the way, I do want to give shout-outs to everybody and hats off to everybody, but there is one person in particular. No hats are going off to you, buddy. Not till you make good on that bet, Gary Jelk Fish. You know the bet, Gary. You know the bet. No, Grayson. For those of you who are listening and not watching, Jelk posted a picture of a red Solo cup. Here's the deal, Jelk. It's not, in the words of the late, great Kobe B. Bryant, job not finished. What's there to be happy about? Job not finished. Florida State fans happy because they think we took the curse. Oregon State fans happy. They think we took the curse. Job not finished, Joe. Job not finished. You do what you got to do to finish up this job, brother.
As you can see, that was the Saturday night update. That was pushing midnight on Saturday night. Just a picture of a red Solo cup. The Sunday update was him in the dog park with that red Solo cup, but that's the last update that we have as of 8:30 on Sunday evening. Of course, that dog park picture was just around 5 on Sunday. So, Jelk, you can't run, brother. You can't hide.
The jump tracker is on.
We don't want to see you do it, but it has to be done. We will not be cursed by dog poop. I will not stand for it. So, unfortunately, you put yourself in this mess, and unfortunately, you're going to have to eat some mess to get back out of it. So, we need an update. It's got to happen sooner than later, please, because we have more things to look forward to the rest of this football season, and especially with basketball coming up too. This dog poop, it will be eaten. You cannot hide from us, Joe. Rounding out our Victory Monday show, we're going to dive into our big picture takeaways. This comes after a quick word from our sponsors.
And the final sponsor of today's Victory Monday episode is Grayson's best friend, FanDuel. The NBA is back. The NHL is back. The NFL is back. Everything is back. Will Wade and the NC State basketball team is back. And there's no better place to get in on the betting action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, that's all right. FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for an even bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making a late push. Right now, FanDuel is offering new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. And always remember, folks, bet responsibly.
Last couple minutes of our Victory Monday show. Time for our big picture takeaways from a 48-36 upset victory over undefeated number 8 ranked Georgia Tech. Kent, I'll let you kick us off. What is your lasting snapshot from this game?
I said coming into this game, every game ahead of us is winnable. Every game ahead of us is losable. How's that prediction looking now?
Spot on.
Miami, we just saw what they did against SMU.
Mm-hmm.
The Dirty Foot Club got their first win against a Power 4 team. Golf clap for them or whatever. And Florida State got their first ACC win in over a year. Every game is looking winnable. Every game looks losable. And I will give Coach Doeren credit. This team has not quit. This team has not given up. This team has not packed it in and said, all right, that's enough. We've given it all we've got. Sayonara, so long. So I am very excited about the prospect of this team finishing the season strong. I mean, hey, to be quite honest, if Doeren finishes this season going on a hot winning streak here, I ain't mad at it. I'm not going to sit here and say, shucky darns, not us actually winning 8 games after all. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. This is a team that, you know, you sit here and you look at the season and you say, what could have been if you would have shown up for Georgia Tech? What could have been if the run defense was just a tad bit better against them? You could have, should have yourself to death. But at the end of the day, we go forward. We got what we got in front of us, and this is a hell of a win to look back at, and you get to enjoy it for 24 hours and then ball it up, throw it away. I know the Pack has a bye week coming up right here. Very interesting timing of these bye weeks. You know, you can get Will Wade all of his love by himself with this bye week right here. But after this, you're going down to Hard Rock Stadium. You know what I mean? That's going to be a Miami team that's probably a little pissed off. It's going to be a Miami team. But at the end of the day, it's a Miami team that's also been very predictable this season. It's a Miami team that has shown, Mario Cristobal has shown, even though he started one-sided beef with me at ACC Media Days, looks like somebody was right about Mario, huh? You know what I'm saying? So this is everything is in front of this team in terms of still closing out this season the right way and getting those goals. Again, you know, getting those goals in terms of that 8-9 win season. It's still possible. It's still possible. And if we really want to go there, if we really want to get wild right now, at the end of the day, this would be Doeren's best coaching job that I've ever seen if they can finish this one out undefeated. I would say there's no doubt in my mind a multitude of top 25 wins, and you start the season off by beating a team that went, 7 at worst, they're going to be 7-1 in conference or 6-2 in conference in UVA. This would be Doeren's best coaching job.
I think it'd be really hard to disagree with that. And you walk back to 2023, a 5-game winning streak to close out this season. If they were able to finish with a 4-game win streak with wins over Georgia Tech and Miami, it'd be crazy, especially with the way the season has kind of got off the rails a couple different times. But I always circle back to the reason I talk about the talent on this team. Like when I say we're too talented to lose a game like that, we're too talented to not show up on that stage. Because when they show you for 4 quarters, when they put it together, you can put 48 points on a top 10 team in the country. Not just that, you dominated. I believe we only trailed for maybe like 3-ish minutes of this game. This was a domination. It was never in doubt, pretty much. You take a lead into halftime, you come back out, you keep scoring, you put your foot on the gas pedal. That's what it looks like. These are the things that we've talked about all season long. So when they finally find some cures and they can figure out how to bottle up a 4-quarter performance, this is what it looks like. They're capable of playing with anyone. And so my big picture takeaway, I'm just really proud of this team. I mentioned last week they had the players-only meeting, and that signifies to me they have not given up in that locker room. They care about the end result on every Saturday. They want to get it right. This win is what it looks like when you make that decision to hold everyone accountable and demand excellence. The standard is the standard. That is what it looks like. So I'm so proud of CJ Bailey. He played one hell of a game. We're so proud to see him come through in a spot like that. We're so proud of Duke Scott, a career night. Hopefully looking forward to a whole lot more of those. So proud of the wide receiving core. Noah Rogers was a dog. He was super reliable all night long. We know that he's had the talent. We talked about it for 24 months now. This is what it looks like. And again, to think that you played essentially your best game of the season without probably your two best players in Justin Jolie and Hollywood Smothers. Cody Hardy was a stud. Run blocking from him was off the chain. Not to mention he gets in the end zone too. Dante Daniels also, he had a couple really big catches down the stretch in the second half. No Jolie, no problem, but we're even better when we have Justin Jolie in the mix too. So certainly hope that he'll be healthy soon. Same goes for Hollywood Smothers. To think that the running game on Georgia Tech went for 243 yards and 4 touchdowns without a top 10 running back in the country. Bananas. It's completely bananas. This team showed more heart in one game than I think they have in the previous 8 games combined. So I'm proud of Coach Doeren. I'm proud of the coaching staff. I'm proud of our fan base. I'm not proud of Jelk until he eats that poop. But everyone that wears the red and white, we earned this win. Celebrate this win. Don't take it for granted. Like I said, we only get 12 to 13 of these things every fall. Don't wish it away because we're 5-4 or 4-4, whatever. Stay in every moment for all 12 of these games, because when you do, you witness something like that. If you were in Carter Finley on Saturday night, you'll never forget that. And anyone that sat with me in section 2, you probably heard me screaming all night, but you'll never forget the energy that we all felt in that stand. So what a night. I can't get over it. I'll talk about this game forever. I think we all will. Massive, dominant 12-point win over the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Again, they go into a bye, which sets the stage for, do you smell a reckoning? Will Wade and the NC State basketball team will tip off the 2025-26 season in the Lenny on Monday evening, a 7 p.m. tip-off against NC Central. I would just caution yourself, if you're driving anywhere around the arena, you might witness some seismic activity around 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So drive with caution. If you're in the building, make sure that NC Central knows you're in the building. A reckoning is coming. College basketball is back, and it's a great time to be a fan of the NC State Wolfpack.
And one more thing before we get out of here, a prime example of not giving up on this season. A young man who has flatly not gotten the job done in one role, but has continued to show up in another, Mr. Teddy Hoffman, our leading receiver in this game. We talked about his struggles fielding punts, and I specifically tweeted about it. I believe it was against Campbell after the second muff, where I said, all right, he can't be back there anymore, but I love this kid in the slot. I know he'll do great things in the slot. Just keep putting him out there. And then he's your leading receiver in a game like this. He finds himself wide open behind the defense. Why? Because they didn't consider him. They didn't think he was worth covering in that moment. That there is no better example of this team and of that resilience and of that, yep, everything ain't been perfect, but damn it, I'm going to keep trying, than him. Because nobody can say that they've been through more criticism, and rightfully so. I'm not saying that people are unfairly critiquing his ability as a punt returner. He objectively gave away the ball too much, put us in some terrible situations. But Mr. Hoffman, way to keep showing up. Way to keep showing up. Way to stay focused and not let one bad game, one bad moment, one bad play in this bad position turn it into, well, I'm done for the season. I'm going to just pop. If y'all not going to put me back there, I'm just pop. Continue chopping wood and carrying water, young man. Continue it.
That will do it for us here on Victory Monday. As always, thank you all so much for joining us. Be sure to hit that like button, drop your comments in the comment box, mash that subscribe button if you have not already. Should we do a post-game live on Monday night for Will Wade? Maybe. We'll see. That might be in the cards for y'all. If so, we'll see you on Monday night. But if not, we will see you on Tuesday. As always, thank y'all so much for being here. Until then, go Pack.
Go Pack.